Welcome to Canada. Today finds us in Ottawa, Canada, where it is so cold. I don't think they believe in spring here. However, judging by the tulips behind me, that's a good sign, right? So we are at Sparks Mall in Ottawa, Canada, and we're just gonna head up and down. It's a walking mall, a shopping mall, restaurants. We're just gonna head up and down Sparks Street, Sparks Mall. We're going to look at the things that are here, and then we're going to head over to Parliament. This part of the mall is kind of empty. I was here several years ago, probably 5 or 6 years back. And it was during winter, it was Christmas time, and this was really decorated beautifully. I will link that video here. Nobody's outside here. Spring is not yet sprung. Some really nice looking buildings here. However, all of these restaurants have nobody eating at them. Probably inside, I would imagine. You'd have to be a real Canadian to eat outside today. So this statue, I believe, is Terry Fox. And he's sort of a local celebrity here. Lost his leg to cancer, I believe the story is. And lots of roads and things named after him here in Ottawa and surrounding area. The tulips are not in full bloom, but they're coming along pretty well. And it's really nice to have these here. A reminder that spring is on its way. We'll look at a few shops as we wander down. The statue of a little kid relieving himself up there. Top of the beer market. Here come the cops. Very empty walking today. I seem to remember there was a giant Stanley Cup, you know, the hockey trophy down here. I wonder if it's still here, because that was years ago. And these banners are promoting the Ottawa Rib Fest. There's our Canadian flag. It's really nice down here. Not many people are enjoying it. Give it a month, I'll bet this place will be jumping. There's an interesting sign, all things Canada. Very nice, very colorful. Now here's something I remember. I remember so well this bear statue. This is quite a statue. There's a cup down here with a fish, maybe a salmon jumping out of the water. And Mama's got one ready to eat. Maybe I'll stop in this store and get something Canadian. You know, it's not a gift shop if it doesn't have shot glasses. And coffee cups and all kinds of Canada here. Look at this, you can even get an Ottawa Christmas ornament. And nothing says Canada better than a lazy moose. Man, I almost feel like buying one of these today. Canadian maple syrup. Now that we had that Canadian break, I want to show you something. Here I'm looking at a totem pole. Isn't that something? So I don't know exactly what all of these things are or what they represent. But maybe that one there at the teeth was a beaver and an eagle up at the top. Maybe. And as we continue to head down the mall, I see it way at the end. Remember I told you about the giant Stanley Cup? Well, I was right. My memory's not as bad as I thought it was. Here's a Canadian post office. You got some real royal lions out front. And here is a sculpture, a statue of some really skinny people. And it's called Joy. Here it is, named for Lord Stanley. So it's a giant Stanley Cup. I don't know why I'm going to walk through it, but I just feel compelled. I feel so Canadian. And right back. Oh, look at these tulips. They are beautiful. Now we're talking. Ottawa is the capital of Canada. So now we're going to head down the street right around the corner and we're going to look at Parliament. These are in full bloom, so pretty. And I don't know what all of these limousines are for, but maybe they're for some important people, because there's Parliament. And these are right outside the office of the Prime Minister. I don't know, maybe the Prime Minister is going to come out any minute. So here's where the Prime Minister of Canada works and plays. And here we are, Canada's Parliament. We're not going to go inside, but we'll walk the grounds. As I said last time I was here, or one of the last times, it was winter and the Parliament building was lit up. It was so beautiful. But let's take a look at it. There's something going on here, some kind of a demonstration today. Now we're across the street. That's the office of the Prime Minister that we're looking at here. And it's really an interesting part of town, isn't it? A lot of government buildings here. And right over here, again, people are having a little demonstration.
Fault moral battle is a moral battle animates this battle.
Now this fountain, I know it's a little noisy here, but I believe last time I came here was night and there was fire coming out of the top. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. You can see that nozzle. Pretty neat looking little fountain. Representing Canada. And there is where the fire would come out. And the beautiful tulips continue. This looks so nice. Shame we're not able to walk around the building due to the construction, but at least we're seeing the front of it. And I'll try to find my other videos where I did do a tour where I walked around all this, because it's pretty cool. There's a river behind that, and you know, it's just a neat looking building. But I just don't think we can get back there today. Maybe though, because I see some people back by that statue. Let's go see if we can get back there. Really nice buildings. They have these old lampposts all over. Those are very cool. But we're going to try to walk around to the back, see how far we can get. And these signs say, authorized ministers' vehicles only. So, public officials. So there you can see over the scaffolding, they put tarps of what the building should look like. Take away a little bit of the ugly. So we're doing a little walk around here. But pretty buildings, aren't they? There's a statue of Pearson. I have no idea who Pearson is, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But I wonder if he's a guy that Pearson Airport in Toronto is named for. All right, we made it to that statue. The only problem is, I don't know exactly what the statue is or what it represents. Maybe we'll find a plaque or a sign somewhere. It's a big statue. They like their lions here in Canada, don't they? Let's go visit Old Man Pearson, see what he's all about. Well, there he is. And judging by his shoe, a lot of people must rub it. Maybe you can rub this for good luck, but look how shiny the tip of his shoe is. As far as I could tell, he was a prime minister in the 1960s. He signed a pact with the United States that kept Canada out of the Vietnam War. Pretty nice view from up here. And there's the Prime Minister's office that we walked by. And here's the river. Look how turbulent that is. Wow. I'd hate to be in a boat and fall over in that. We're now in the back of the Parliament building, and this is all temporary fencing. So I know in the past I've gotten much closer to these beautiful structures. Nothing's open right now, but this looks like a really neat little area to rest. But I can't get into it. And there's John MacDonald. He's not old MacDonald who had the farm. He's the first Prime Minister of Canada. Look at that profile. He looks a little bit like Abraham Lincoln. Looks like Rapunzel's tower. It says the Royal Sappers, whoever they are, commanded by Colonel John Burns, put this sundial here way back in the early 1800s. But as you can see, we're not going to be telling time by it today. But what a crazy thing, a 200-year-old sundial. Just sitting here in the middle of this walking path. Wow, what a great view from up here. You can see people walking on the path. And now we're coming around the backside of the Parliament building. And this one has relatively little construction. And there's nobody else back here. So it's kind of fun to be standing here having this view. It's like my own private visit. Coming back around the front, and I see a statue here. Looks kind of like Revolutionary War times. Let's go and look at it. Oh, they call it the Fight for Canada. It was a war of 1812. This is a really cool statue. So we got a guy firing his cannon, a couple of guys with their muskets, and there's an Indian here. He must have been a scout or a guide. And he has a rifle strapped to his back. But he also has a tomahawk. And this guy, he must be a sailor, right? Because he's holding on to that rope. Right, that looks kind of like the front of a boat. And as we continue around, there's a woman here. I guess she might represent a nurse because it looks like she's bandaging that guy's hand. And he's a proud Canadian soldier who just got injured in the battle. Really quite interesting. Look at how that sailor guy is stepping on two different platforms. And even the rope is made out of brass. This is really neat. If I look at the direction this guy's pointing, it's going straight across the way to that 1939 to 45 statue. And once again, a better view of the Prime Minister's office. This is really a nice place. Very pretty. The grass is starting to green up. Looks very nice. Here's William Lyon Mackenzie King, the longest serving Prime Minister of Canada during the Great Depression and World War II. When I was across the street, I think I said World War II, but this is World War I. Maybe I wasn't wrong. It might represent all wars based on the different dates around this statue. This is the National War Memorial. This is really cool. They have guards on duty. And this honors the lost soldiers. The unknown soldier. And here's the other side. I want a vertical video as well, so you can really see the entire structure. I don't know what this is the entrance to. Well, it looks like it's a walkway down there. There's a lot of very cool busts. And we're not going to talk about each one of these men, but there's little plaques under all of them. And you can tell by their garb, well, here's a woman, that they represent different eras. This guy looks like a Puritan. Then over here, we have an Indian. I want to try to pronounce his name. I'll just refer to him as Joseph Brandt. This guy clearly lived in the 1600s, and his name is Pierre Lemoyne d'Iberville, and he fought the British boldly. And here's some more of the interesting architecture down here in Ottawa. Here's the Bank of Nova Scotia and the Canadian Bank of Commerce. Beautiful buildings. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Spark Street Market and Parliament. This was really a lot of fun. It's been at least 5 or 6 years since I have been to Ottawa, and I'm really enjoying my visit. I wish it was a little warmer, but you can't have everything. It is Canada. Leave your comments down below. Have you ever been here? What was your favorite part of this tour? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you here next time on the Average Me channel.